Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cheryl. If you're new, welcome to the C Squad. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again. Today we're back with another monthly reset. If you missed the last one, the monthly resets are back. I used to do these all the time back in 2022, so we are back with the revamped version in 2024. If you don't know, my monthly resets are just a time at the beginning of a new month for me to do my budgeting, plan out my calendar, and set goals for the new month. Feel free to comment down below and let me know what else you guys would like to see in these monthly resets. And feel free to follow along in this video. This is your sign to reset for October. Before we get into it, please subscribe to my channel for more lifestyle videos and vlogs. We are on the road to 20K and I would really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. We're gonna start off with my favorite part about my monthly resets, which is budgeting. I have a whole video about how I budget and save my money, which I will have linked down below, as well as my free budget template that you guys can use to do your own budgeting. I'd just like to note, similar to last month's reset, the month of September isn't over yet, so my budget is slightly incomplete. I only have 2 days missing, but between today and tomorrow, I don't really think I'm gonna do any crazy spending, so I think it's okay. Now, just to recap, I have my September budget open from last month's reset. So that was the plan for September, and this is how September spending went. As I said in my last video, I typically overstate my budget, meaning that I will say that I'm gonna spend more on something than I really think I will. I think it just helps the budgeting process in case I do have any unexpected expenses that I need to pay. So you can see that I didn't spend as much in transport and food as I thought I would. So let's just go through each expense. So firstly, we have rent, and this is obviously my largest expense for my accommodation in Kent. This is a fixed amount, so it doesn't change like my other expenses. It's the same for my savings and ISA. I like to keep those amounts the same every month. As far as the rent part goes, stay tuned for a video at the end of October. I may or may not be moving into a new accommodation, so stay tuned. Hit that notification bell. Moving on to transport. Transport is my second largest expense. Trains in the UK are expensive. This is how much it costs for me to go to and from work. And also, I'd like to note that I do have a 16 to 25 rail card. So if you're looking to move to the UK, I would definitely recommend it. It does make your trains much cheaper. So my transport expense would actually be way more if I didn't have that rail card, which is a little bit terrifying. Don't know what I'm gonna do when I'm no longer in the 16 to 25 age category. Then next up, we have food. I didn't spend as much on food as I thought I would this month. The only thing that I found quite concerning was the fact that I go to the shops a lot. Like, I had a ton of little transactions from going to the store. I think it was like 10 to 15, which I think is a ridiculous amount of trips. That basically means I'm going every few days. So one of my goals for this next month is gonna be to try and do online shopping in one go so that I'm not constantly going to the store. I really need to check myself. I don't know why that was happening, but that is something I did notice. Next up, we have my subscriptions. This is for my Google account, my Amazon Prime, my phone insurance. This is also kind of a fixed amount. It doesn't really change every month because I have the same exact subscriptions. But one thing I did notice as I was going through my transactions is I noticed a bill from Apple that I didn't recognize. And so I ended up going into my emails to check the invoice for it, and I realized it was my Hayu streaming app. Now, I am gonna keep my Hayu subscription because I totally think it's worth it. It's like £5 for all the reality TV I could ever want to watch and enjoy. So it's definitely worth it for me. But I definitely think this shows why you should go through your transactions, because you might find that you have a subscription that you completely forgot about, and then you can cancel it and save money. Next up, we have miscellaneous. So as I told you guys last month, I don't have a shopping budget. Realistically, I should be avoiding shopping as much as possible. So anything that I do buy just just goes into miscellaneous. This was not a good month in terms of shopping for me. I did buy quite a few things. I bought a trench coat, which I'm gonna show you guys later. I bought some stuff from Hilera, had some Amazon purchases. It wasn't a good time. So that is something I'm gonna note for next month, is to just kind of limit that. And then savings, this is just my monthly reminder to you guys to put away some of your money into savings. And then I put in my same amount that I usually put in every single month into my ISA. I think by next month I should be able to buy NASDAQ 100, which is gonna be super exciting. I've been wanting to get a share in NASDAQ for so long, so really looking forward to that. And then so far in September, I have about 15% of my income that I haven't spent. So anything that I don't spend between today and tomorrow is gonna go straight into my savings account. So that's also a nice little top up in addition, aside from the money that I usually put into my savings. Now this is a new slide for the budget with me, so I thought it would be fun to kind of look at the areas in which I overspent and underspent. So the yellow ones, like rent, savings, and ISA, are the areas in which I spent exactly the amount that I wanted to spend. So obviously these are my fixed amounts. I don't change them each month. Then the green ones, like transport, food, and subscriptions, are the areas in which I underspent. So that's really good. I didn't spend as much in those categories as I initially thought I would. And then as we've discussed with the miscellaneous, wasn't the best time for me this month. But in my defense, in miscellaneous, I'm only over by 1 pence, okay? And the transaction that took me over was actually a work expense. I bought some competitor samples for market research, and so that went through my personal account, but obviously I am gonna claim that money back, so next month I'm gonna be reimbursed with it. So to be fair, if it wasn't for that last transaction, I would not have been over, but I'm still not happy about the amount of spending I did on shopping this month, so I've included it anyway. And then finally, this is my October budget. Nothing has really changed. I pretty much kept it the same as my September budget, so we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully I will underspend in miscellaneous next month. Fingers crossed. So that's it for my budget. As I said before, I'm really open to suggestions for improvements or the ways that would be helpful for you guys to see so that you can implement your own budgeting. So please let me know what you think of my little charts and stuff. So yeah, but now we're gonna move on to my plan with me section of the video. So if you've been here for a while, you know I'm absolutely obsessed with my iPad. I use it all the time. I actually take notes on it for work. So this is the part of the video where I use my digital monthly planner, which you can find on my Etsy shop, Digitals by Cheryl, so that you can be twinsies with me and we can do our planning together. So I'm just gonna go through and look at some key dates in October, make note of them just so that I'm aware. So I started off by filling in my template. As you can see, my digital planner comes empty, so you can fill in the month and the days. After that, I went ahead and put in my new videos for every Sunday. I kept some hidden and some as maybe clues or hints for what's coming up in October, so stay tuned for that. Also have to remind myself of when my rent is due. And then I also have a couple of days where I'm gonna be vlogging, so I definitely added that in as well. Also, daylight savings is ending, so I put a reminder for that because that is going to affect the time that my videos go live. And then I struggled so hard finding Halloween emojis. But yeah, looking forward to Halloween. Do you guys have any plans? I have a costume, but I have no plans, so that's fun. And then I also added in a reset day for me to do my hoovering and laundry. And then I used the notes section on the side to put in my different goals for the month of October. Okay, so that's it for the plan with me section. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Moving on to my October goals. Before we do this month's goals, let's go back to September. So for my September goals, the first one was to upload a new video every Sunday, which I successfully completed. That one was kind of easy though, because I only had 2 videos that I hadn't filmed and edited yet, but really happy that we're keeping up with the upload schedule. Then we had go out with friends at least once. Basically, this one I put in as like to encourage me, but I didn't really have that much faith that I was gonna be able to actually do that. I've just been super exhausted. Like every time I finish work, I just pass out and I don't do anything. Same for the weekends. Aside from filming videos and maybe like editing, I really don't do much. I'm like a zombie. I'm exhausted. So that one was going to be a difficult one for me to hit. And so I'm not surprised that that didn't work out for me. The last one was sleep 8 hours every every night. This one I'm gonna say I partially completed because I slept 8 hours on most nights. I did have like a couple of nights where I maybe got 6 to 7 hours of sleep, which wasn't great, but I think that is pretty decent and I'm not mad about it. Going into the October goals, I'm not even gonna stress myself out with that whole go out with friends thing. We're just gonna see what happens, okay? I also left off anything to do with uploads just because this is the only video that I haven't uploaded for October. Otherwise, everything else is already scheduled and ready to go. So that's a pretty easy goal for me to hit. So we went with two very completely different things. The first one is to drink 2 glasses of water at work. Now let me explain. I realized that I have this problem. So when I get to work in the morning, I get my cup of coffee and then I get a glass of water. So somehow I will manage to finish my coffee, probably because I need the energy in the morning, but I will completely forget about the water. I get into like such a zone when I'm in the office that like I'm focused, and before I know it, it will be like 4 hours later and I'll be like, oh, where did the time go? So I have an issue where I'm just not remembering to drink water, and I know 2 glasses doesn't sound that good, but I feel like for me to be realistic with this goal, I need to start off with a realistic number. I can't go from completely forgetting to drink water at all that day to suddenly having 2 liters. So we're gonna make it simple. I'm gonna try and finish my 1 glass before lunch, and then after lunch, drink another glass. That is gonna be my goal. Do not be like me. Drink your water, guys. Then the next one, once again, I'm gonna keep my goals like super simple. I'm not gonna stress myself out because you cannot go from like not doing something at all to suddenly doing it all the time. My second goal is gonna be to meditate for 10 minutes once a week. So I just need to find one day and meditate that one day. And I think that's a bit more realistic than me saying to myself that I need to meditate every single day, because that will actually not happen. But if you guys watched my Windsor vlog where YouTube took us on like a wellness retreat, I really enjoyed the meditation. I'm really upset with myself that I haven't been keeping it up because I think it would be good. So I'm hoping that having this at the back of my head will help me. And obviously with the reset videos, you guys will be keeping me accountable. So yeah, those are my goals for October. Please comment down below and let me know what your goals are for the month. I would really love to know. And with that, we're gonna move over to my monthly favorites. Okay, so this is a part of my monthly reset where I share with you guys some of my favorite things of the month. It could be purchases, music, TV shows, movies, pretty much anything that comes to my mind. So for the first thing, I am wearing my favorite purchase. This is the aforementioned trench coat. I've been wanting a trench coat for years. I don't know why. I've just kind of been sitting on it and just like waiting for it to pop up into my closet, which never happened. But this autumn, I said to myself, it is time to have a trench coat. So I got this one off of eBay and it's super cute. You guys will see it better in future vlogs. My mom actually helped me pick this one out because I was struggling so hard. So shout out to her. She really popped off with this one. I just think it's the perfect kind of coat to wear before it gets super cold and I have to bring out my puffer jacket. So yeah, I've just really been enjoying this one. Then for favorite TV show, I was watching The Perfect Couple on Netflix earlier this month while I may or may not have been packing or unpacking my things. But yeah, basically if you don't know, it's a murder mystery. It has Nicole Kidman. It is a pretty interesting show. I will say for murder mystery, it was pretty good because I did not guess who the murderer was. Yeah, and it's a fun watch. I think it's like 6 episodes. You can binge it very quickly. Oh my gosh, how did I forget? As I was writing my script, I was sitting and I was like, what have I been watching? Whatever. And I completely forgot about the show. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is the most incredible reality TV show. Oh my gosh, I binged that so quickly. That show is so good. I can't believe I forgot about it. I watched it on Disney Plus. You guys already know I love reality television. It's like the best genre of television for me personally. I'm ready for season 2. How will Mom Talk survive? Please let me know if you've watched any of those shows in the comments down below. I would love to have like a chit chat about it because no one else that I know in my real life has watched these. You guys definitely need to chat with me in the comments down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this month's monthly reset. Please let me know what you think and if you have anything else you'd like me to include in them. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to join the C Squad and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!